I used to think to myself, like, oh, thank heavens Ryan's not like a golf guy or like plays a ton of video games, because those things like aren't really my speed. But I don't think I ever considered the alternative. Like, I'm literally sitting in a ditch right now.
It's been a couple of years since I started making fun of Ryan on the internet. We've gone back to look at them, and these videos are from the first 6 months. This is probably season 1, so enjoy season 1 of Skatewives.
Ryan was warming up at the park when this guy rolled up and just like tried to dap me up.
Yeah. It was so...
Okay. Well, that was not very cool of me, but I figured it out, so we're gonna give it a try with good old Rye. Boop, boop, boo!
Where did you learn that?
I don't know. There was some guy here that showed me.
And away he goes. As a grown woman, I pride myself on not falling pretty much ever doing anything. And so when Ryan tries to get me back on the skateboard and he's like, oh, what are you, afraid of a little fall? It's like, bro, I don't fall. This is not my norm. Last time I fell was 2018, and that was very different.
Ooh, you should do a back 270 lip.
That's terrifying.
What are you afraid of? A little fall?
Too scared to do a back 270 lip on this little rail, but still managed to eat some shit. Have you ever heard of a butt angle? Apparently, it means that this clip is totally unusable.
Ooh, you shot a butt angle, didn't you?
Turns out all the hand waving and moving me around the park has been somewhat strategic. I guess skaters don't really like looking at their friends' juicy booties, so stick with these kind of boring front angle videos. Begs the question though.
Do you think with so many more women in skateboarding, people are actually going to start appreciating the butt angle?
I'm not touching that. What do you think it's called?
It's the double duty bench, because you could sit.
You think you're supposed to sit there?
Well, I could see how you might. You know, it's an empty day at the park, and you're like, you get up and then you skate. It's a double duty bench. The DDB.
When last try was 45 minutes ago and you've been hungry for an hour, taking matters into your own hands really seems like the only option. Bold. But it worked. After finishing an hour-long Pilates class, Ryan said he was just trying to land one last trick. So I strapped in for the weight and began filing my nails, ate an entire bagged salad, then tried to get us out of there by using the old bathroom trick. I gotta pee pretty bad. Well, joke's on me.
The bathroom's at the park across the street.
Oh, look at that. At this point, I just grabbed my book and really settled in until hour 3 when I was called in to film this slippity slide, which kind of worth the wait, if I'm being honest. It seems I've gotten relatively comfortable with filming. This isn't even a skate park. This is a sidewalk at a business center somewhere in Central Florida. And I'm out here sprawled on the ground, looking like a French girl waiting to be painted. And for what? Some lip tricks? I'm looking for big air. Skateboarding tricks have the weirdest names, so sometimes you gotta have a little fun with it. Oh! Way to toss that salad.
What?
You know, tossing out that salad.
It's just a salad grind, Who told you to say that?
I thought that was the saying, you know, toss the salad.
No.
You know, like you're throwing it out there and you landed it.
No, I did a salad. It's
Oh.
a salad grind. I didn't toss anything.
Classic mix-up.
Oh, do you want to see my first handrail?
It wouldn't be a home tour without it.
Paul tried to ollie over this handrail and ended up on the Wednesday woe.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Paul sacked it.
Look at those dogs.
Casey kickflipped that stair set.
No way. No way. No way.
The security guard here hated us. There's bad loading docks, but there's also good loading docks. This was a good one.
The more you know.
Yeah. I credit carded trying to ollie that stair set in full pads when I was 13.
Do all husbands become the most dramatic person ever when it's time to put on sunscreen?
I have to do this on myself. Can I help you?
You, like, how is that ever gonna rub in?
That's how you're protected all day. You ever seen like the lifeguards at the pool? Once my hands are so oily that I go to grab my pilot chute, it slips and I can't. I'm like, the sunscreen got me.
At least you won't be dying from skin cancer.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Putting on sunscreen, like you asked. What?
This is how most people put on their sunscreen. Watch
Your
Jack.
eyebrow is just covered in sunscreen. All right, ready?
Well, we left the hotel with plenty of time to walk to this wedding until someone needed to take a detour. Rye, we gotta go.
It's a cool spot out.
Don't worry, we made it back, and we got one. No, babe, tell me about the new board.
There's nothing to share.
Show off the picture on the bottom. Show the picture on the bottom. Come on, it's a style. Brian.
This is crazy.
Interesting.
This is crazy.
You're crazy. You could have made that way less painful. When I take my clothes out of the laundry, they're clean, look good, give them a little fold. And then I get Ryan's clothes out. They're clean, but they've all got holes in it. This one on the butt, these pants also on the butt, another shirt, a lot of holes. This goes all the way up to his back. Not ready to retire them though. These are skate clothes. Don't even get me started on these socks though. Hole, 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 holes, hole, hole.
Can I help you?
Malala Skate Park in Oregon, 2.4 stars on Google, with comments that honestly just made us want to swing by and check out the worst skate park in Oregon. So we did.
This is hilarious.
And even I can tell this park is a disaster to skate.
It's like 2 feet of vert.
But that did not stop us from wanting to get a clip. And as a filmer, I try to be helpful, saying things like, "Ooh, careful." And then he gets it. And I'm thinking there's nothing else to skate here. But he didn't like the first one. So here we are trying to perfect it. If we can.
I kind of dragged my heel down it. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, so we're going again. This one turns out pretty nice, I think.
That was better.
Yep. Then he throws out a second trick he wants to try. Nails it. Love that. Honestly, so did those little kids in the back.
Good job! Oh, thanks.
And time to get out of here, but not without leaving our mark. Let your husband help come up with cute photo ideas for your wedding, they said. It'll be so fun, they said. You'll look cute. How badly could it possibly go? Well, I'm jumping off a bridge in my wedding dress. And honestly, I don't look very cute, nor like I'm having much fun. Okay, so Ryan said his parachute is black and green. A lot of people up there. This one has some green and black. But who knows if that's actually him? I've never seen him fly this chute before. He's coming in, we'll find out. Because it was my birthday this past weekend, Ryan and I agreed that I wouldn't be filming any skateboarding and he'd be in charge of the pics. He even suggested I do a bunch of thumbs up photos, but it turns out those are all the pictures he got. I made an entire Instagram dedicated to skateboarding, and this is what I get?
We're gonna go link up with the homie at this DIY spot.
Okay. Who is the homie? No clue. Could be a lifelong friend, some random dude from Instagram Ryan linked up with, or someone he met once 5 years ago and doesn't remember his name. Turns out, anyone who skates is the homie. I came prepared. New book, my chair with the footrest, even snuck a little snacky into my fanny pack. Fanny pack also carries some wax for the young skater boy. Then I had to move from there to avoid a butt angle.
This might be harder than I thought. Just kidding. It should only take
A couple tries.
Well, we'll see.
You got jokes, man.
We'll see.
It took more than a couple tries, but we got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Let's go. Wow. We get the line. I go to open my book. Now I'm filming something on the quarter pipe.
Get ready to be amazed.
I'm optimistic.
Ooh, not first try, but let it be known. The man can do a blunt fakie because he did it 5 times in a row. Like, we get it. It's a cool trick. You really know how to do it. Day in the life, I guess. For how hard skateboarders go, they certainly look silly when you look at their falls in slow-mo. And whoop! Whoop! Just sliding across the floor. Whoop! Little cleaning up the skate park. Back up and whoosh! Oh, some sit-ups. Man, this guy's never been to the gym before. This is a good exercise for him. All right. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And back up. Woo! I mean, look at this one. We've got a, what is that? Is that like a Spider-Man slam? Boom! And you've got the holes in the butt. Look at that. I wonder if those are from the last one. Let's see. Oh, no, they were already there, but I mean, that's not helping. What are you doing, man? Sliding around on the floor like this. Anyway, here's the trick. Ryan is wing walking today, and to distract myself, I am walking literally anywhere else. I walked myself over to this art sculpture. Kept walking until I found this group of cows. Walked up on this underwhelming creek. Then I walked through the botanical gardens on my way back to Ryan, who had returned to the ground. He showed me the footage, and after all that, there was no walking on the wings. So cheers to a fun plane ride, I guess. The annoying thing about Ryan is that he's really good at literally anything he tries, except for stand-up paddleboarding. The man can't keep his balance to save his life.
Nice stand. You got it.
Ryan's warned me that when you're out street skating, random people will come up to you saying a whole bunch of nonsense, and like I should just try to get them to continue on their way. So when this guy came up to me and was like, "My name is Jaws," I was like, I know what to do.
Hey, I've skated this roof before if like he wants any tips or anything.
Oh, you know what? We've been at it a while. How was I supposed to know that there's literally one dude known for skating off roofs and he happens to live in Phoenix, Arizona? You're actually in the frame right now if you wouldn't mind stepping out.
All right.
I didn't know. Uh-oh, school's out and Ryan has no idea. The problem is, these aren't just any kids. These are scooter kids. And scooter kids roll deep and are always in the way. It's time to go. This morning, Ryan asked if I wanted to go on a beach walk with him. And as we were walking, I noticed he was lagging behind. Then he did this jump, and I realized The beach walk was just a big ploy to get me to come film him doing flips in the sand. So at 7 a.m., I'm roasting in the sun, watching him try an aerial, or whatever kind of twisty flip thing this is. It was a lot more standing around than what I expected for a morning walk, but hey, we stuck some of the landings. Way to go. Thanks. We are at our 77th skate park of 2023, which is crazy. That actually smashes my lifetime record. I'm at a total of 78 skate parks ever visited. So for that huge feat, I'm taking a beer to bed with my book. Well, that didn't last long.
Yeah! Would you mind filming something real quick?
I guess I'll be letting my iced coffee melt in the sun instead of enjoy it as I film Ryan at this park, which is predominantly transitions, not his strong suit, but hey, there's a ledge. He can do something that he tic-tacs out of, but something nonetheless. In skateboarding, there's this famous guy, Timmy Hawk, who knows some sick spots.
Used to be an old nudist camp. I guess the nudist camp went bust. I don't know how else to say it. The pool was skatable
and skate it we did, even though it was the middle of the day in the middle of the desert, kind of hot. But oh, that looked like an early grab. Yup, early grab for sure. Anyways, we got these kind of mediocre clips until we got one, but like barely cleared the coping. Come on, man. Sometimes you gotta stir the pot. Watch this.
How'd that look?
Were you trying for a nose grind or an overcrook?
We've been over this. An overcrook is not a trick. Front side overcrook, not a trick.
Agree to disagree.
No, there's no.
I thought it'd be funny to get like a Superman diving photo off of the sand dunes, and Ryan hyped me up enough to do it. And like watching the playback footage, this guy is a bad influence on me.
That was a harder one. And I got sand in me.
Have you ever been on a really beautiful drive and you're just enjoying being a passenger princess, looking out the window, when all of a sudden he pulls over and gets out while the car's running to look at a handrail? Doesn't even skate it. Just wanted to check it out. Well, it was too good to be true. Me reading at the beach while Ryan skates at the nearby park. I was called in far sooner than expected to start filming, and boy oh boy did we start things off with a bang. After a couple of pretty decent falls, we got into the groove of things. Missing each try and complaining about the lack of wax nearby. Had to take a brief intermission for his shin that kept getting hit in the same spot. I thought I might be released early, but no, we had a few more attempts in us, and thankfully we got a pretty good looking back tail shove, if I do say so myself.
Okay.
I'm pleased, ready to get back out to the beach, when I hear him say,
Every time. Ooh! Every time I've tried to double gainer a rope swing. Oh! Landed perfectly on my face.
ooh, this could be good for the audience.
No, we're gonna get it this time.
Oh.
It's gonna work.
We did not get it this time. Sticking with the single gainers. Buying a new skateboard is like a 20-minute process because you gotta find a graphic that'll make you look cool at the skate park. But then you have to check and make sure it's even from the middle, even from the end. Just kidding, I don't know what this is about. Next, you deconstruct your old board with power tools. And then comes the sandpaper. Sorry, no, the grip tape. And you gotta stick it on the new board. And if you're like Ryan, you probably get a lot of bubbles in there. So next is rolling them out. And from there, you use this thing to do I don't know what. But then you take a razor blade and you cut the sandpaper stuff off. I think it's sandpaper because you're using it to sand down the edges here. I think just for aesthetics, but I don't know. Then you drill your trucks and your wheels from your old board onto the new board, and you're ready to ride. First stop was Newport DIY, making this a double DIY day for Rye. Yikes. On my way to pick up my husband at the skate park, mentally preparing for when he tells me he needs 5 more minutes because he just got super close to landing a trick. Oh, what's this? Is that a guilty look, asking for 5 more minutes? With an unsteady drop-in followed by... okay, what was that? Splitting up a long drive means stopping at a skate park, usually one with plenty of shade so that I can do a little bit of Pilates before being called in to film this nollie front crook. Didn't quite get the pinch, but we did leave a sticker and we're back on the road. Now from the top, make it pop. 3 more. Getting close. Oh. I went for a venti this morning thinking it would be plenty, but then Ryan saw this pyramid thing, which I guess is like pole jam practice, and he started trying a pole jam late flip, I think, and he got really close.
Oh my. But now we know. Takes longer than a venti iced coffee.
This is the best we got. A baker maker. Ryan sprained his wrist a few days ago, yet here we are at the skate park. And I can tell he's trying a lot harder not to fall, though I wish he was using his other hand to wax the coping. But we're getting some pretty nice tail slides out of it, though the sound is the worst. It's like nails on a chalkboard, but worth it for that tail slide reverb. And of course, still had to do one more, as always.
Did I hear my wife call that nice?
So nice, he did it twice.
I'm just happy he didn't turn that sprain into a break.
Ooh, look at that pole. Oh, that looks nice. Pole jams are like white whales. It's rare to find one with good run up and good landing and like is bent enough because the car has to hit it to bend the pole. And alright, I'm gonna do it first try.
No way. That was not first try. Are you okay? My man!
He says we're doing flippy tricks today.
Stuck the landing, bro.
Ryan doesn't normally flip his skateboard, and he's doing these switch, which he assured me would make them seem very cool. But all I'm seeing from my angle is a convenient excuse for why he's not popping them any higher.